Hello, everybody. My name is Paul McMillan II. I'm a licensed independent insurance agent in the state of Georgia, and I want to thank you so much for opting in to my ad from social media. Obviously, you saw my ad and you're curious as to why um, life insurance is very important for yourself as a woman. And I love to educate women on exactly why they want to get life insurance and why it's important to have it, especially when you're young and healthy, because there are so many benefits to um, qualifying for an insurance plan. A lot of people don't know why. A lot of people don't understand why. From personal experience, I have seen as to why women should be insured. And so I'm going to go over four major reasons why women need life insurance. And I think you're going to enjoy this very much, and this may even answer some questions that you may have had for insurance as well. So we're going to go over the first reason. First reason is that insurance isn't just for the breadwinner. A lot of people think that life insurance is only going to be able to cover, a husband or a wife, just in case something happened to that spouse. So people think, oh, well, I only need life insurance if, I have children or if I'm married. Well, not necessarily, because life insurance can cover a list of things. Number one, it can cover debt, it can cover funeral costs, it can cover kids' college. Now, here's the thing. Um, a lot of people uh, that are in debt are not married. There are a lot of people who are single that are in debt. Well, what's going to happen to all that debt if something happens to you? That debt is going to be passed down to your mother and father. If they're still alive. It could be passed down to your children. They're going to be responsible for their debt. So if you have a good insurance plan and something happens to you, now your family will have access to a check that will help them to pay down their debt. So that way they don't have the burden of trying to pay off their debt themselves. It's the same thing with funeral costs. Whether you're young or old, anything can happen. And if anything happens, you don't want to put that burden of funeral costs on your loved ones. It doesn't matter whether it's your kids, your mother, your father, your cousin, whoever. You want to make sure that they have money to be able to pay for those funeral costs. Kids' college is important because there are a lot of single parents out there, especially single mothers. And they have children, and one day their children are going to be grown and they're going to want to get out on their own. Well, they're going to end up going to college to try to learn a trade. Well, it's very important that you have leave a legacy behind for your children, so that way if something happens to them, they will have money to be able to keep on going and to be able to pay for that college fund, so that way they can make a good, decent living, or to invest in a business. And I highly recommend using that life insurance check to help fund your kids' business. Master P is a very successful music producer. And he grew up in New Orleans, and when his father passed away because of a work-related accident, his father had a $10,000 burial insurance policy. Well, Master P ended up being a beneficiary, and he was able to use that $10,000 to invest in his business. Now he has a million or $1 billion business. So you want to make sure that you have a good plan in place to be able to protect your children if anything happens to you. We're going to go into the second reason. Second reason is that life insurance can replace lost income. Whether you're married or not, income is going to be lost if you pass away. Your job is not going to continue to pay your family the income that you're earning from your job. So if you pass away, your family's going to lose their income. What's going to happen to the mortgage payments? Who's going to pay the mortgage or rent? Daycare expenses, car payments, clothing, food, all kinds of day-to-day expenses that you as a mother are responsible for. Well, if you pass away, your children's not going to be able to pay that, especially if they're young. So they're going to need some income from that life insurance in order to help them to keep on going until they're able to stand on their own 2 feet and take care of themselves. Here's reason number 3. Life insurance can support your loved ones from funeral costs, final expenses, and bills. Now, I covered this a little bit before, but I'm going at a different angle. Now, let's say that, you're 50 to 85 and your kids are grown. They're out the house, they're taking care of themselves. But still, funeral costs is still a problem. The average funeral can be up to $20,000. You never really know. So even though your children are out on their own fending for themselves, they still will have to be responsible for any funeral costs that will result from anything happening to you, as well as final expenses like debt, house payment if you still have one, and then of course, medical bills and just bills as well. So it can help support your loved ones in a lot of different ways that you probably never thought of before. And that's the reason why it's good to always look over these reasons and to educate yourself on why life insurance is very important. Let's talk about the last reason. Life insurance can help you while you're living. And a lot of people think that life insurance can only help us when we pass away, but life insurance actually can help us while we're living. And here's what I mean by that. It's called living benefits life insurance. Now, when you look at statistics, not everybody passes away from cancer or heart attack or stroke. Because medicine and technology have improved a lot, so has medicine and procedures. So people are actually living longer, but now they're living longer with a disease that they're coping with, or they're living longer and they may have survived that disease, but it's costing them a lot of money to be able to, keep up with treatments or just surgeries they've had from their illness, whatever the case may be. So when you have a living benefits life insurance policy, it can allow you to get access up to 95% of your life insurance to help aid you with these sicknesses. So it's like a loan. So if you get a critical illness, so that means if you get a heart attack, a stroke, or a cancer, you can get access to that money to pay for whatever medical bills, surgeries, or doctor's visits, or ambulance rides that you will need help with. Because as we know, health insurance and disability insurance doesn't cover everything. So you need a plan B. So when you get access to the life insurance money, you have a pile of money that you can use to aid you in any unforeseen medical bills that comes from that critical illness. Chronic illness will help you as far as, let's say, if you end up in a nursing home because of severe impairment from Alzheimer's or dementia. Well, that life insurance will be able to help you to get access to the best care, the best caregiver, the best nursing home, the best whatever to help you in that situation. Because unfortunately, one day we're going to end up in a nursing home. It's a very sensitive subject, but we have to plan ahead. Terminal illness, I love this terminal illness rider because this helps a client if they end up getting a disease that is going to kill them within 12 months or less. But here's the thing, if you have access to a pile of money, what if you, upon research, what if you do some research on the internet and you stumble across a cure that can cure that disease that's going to kill you in 12 months? Let's say you bring it to your doctor and your doctor says, well, hey, you know what? This will cure you, but it's going to cost a lot of money. Well, now that you have access to that money, you'll be able to get that treatment. It may be in another country, it may be here in the U.S., but you never know. But having access to money ahead of time is crucial to planning ahead for events like these. Unemployment. A lot of life insurance policies, especially term policies, has an unemployment waiver premium or unemployment rider. Basically what that means is that if you get hurt on the job or if you get sick on the job, let's say you are out of work for 6 months because of being in a hospital or having a surgery, the insurance company will pay your policy up to 6 months until you're able to get back to work or able to find another job. So life insurance can help in a lot of different ways. And these are just 4 reasons that I wanted to go over as to why life insurance can help you. So that's pretty much what I want to go over today. So what I invite you to do is, and I'll introduce myself once again. My name is Paul McMillan II. I'm a licensed independent insurance broker, and my company is McMillan Insurance Solutions. It's actually a family business with my mother and father. I got into this business because ever since I was 7 years old, I witnessed my father plan 5 funerals. He lost his mother, his father, and his 3 brothers. He was the youngest out of 4 boys. So what I learned from a young age is that you want to do the best you can to plan ahead, because anything can happen. It doesn't matter what age you are, how healthy you are, you want to plan ahead. So if you have any more questions or concerns, you can always email me at this email. You can always call and text me at my number. What I invite you to do is also like my Facebook page, and you can look me up as McMillan Insurance Solutions on Facebook. And you can like my page, and you can get all the latest updates that I will have about insurance, my webinars, new products that will be on the market that can actually help you and your family. So that's all I pretty much wanted to talk about in this video. Again, thank you so much for watching this webinar. I have a form at the bottom that will answer you a few more questions. And if you feel that you need to take care of this now, to plan ahead for whether it's funeral expenses or plan ahead for mortgage protection, whatever the case may be, go ahead and fill out the form at the bottom. It'll come to me, and I will contact you to give you more free information about life insurance. And that's all it is, just free information. Whatever you decide to do with it is up to you. So again, my name is Paul McMillan II, and thank you for watching. Take care.